All right, we're chilling out with Mr. Hardee here in Austin, Texas. And here comes Andra Manson.
That big. That's when I start getting a lot of wind in my face, and it's like,
But you could have a raging headwind on this roll and be able to take off from 13 feet and still get in.
Questions for Trey Hardee. Just for the record, your full name, birthday, and where are you from?
my full name is James Edward Hardee III. Third, so my nickname's Trey. Called Trey my whole life. I was born February 7th, 1984, in Birmingham, Alabama.
All right, Alabamian. All right. So how old were you when you started doing track?
I pole vaulted my freshman year of high school. I was 15,
Right?
and just messed around for a couple weeks, and then had to go back into football and other sports. And then my senior year, I did a couple other things. I ran the 300-meter hurdles and ran the 100-meter dash. And then when I was 19, I did my first decathlon.
Wow, not until 19. All right. So what makes track your sport? And you tried others, but you ended up in track.
I think because it's kind of an individual sport, I think the only person you can blame for failure is yourself.
Yeah.
And it's pure. It's competition in its purest form. It's just I can throw this farther than you, or I can run to that point faster than you can. It's just racing.
Yeah. There's no doubt who is behind that result. All right. Do you have any other sports that you did seriously?
I enjoyed basketball. I played basketball a lot, and that was my sport until about my senior year of high school.
Yeah.
That was what I did.
What about do you have any certain favorite events out of the decathlon or?
They're all kind of catching up to one another. I enjoy each event in its own right. Really, no more than the other.
Yeah.
There's some events that going in it's going to hurt. It's going to be more painful, like the 400 or the 1500. But then there's other technical events that are more mentally draining than anything. But I really just enjoy the decathlon as a whole.
Exactly. Where do you think your most improvement is going to come from this year?
This year,
Which event or events?
I think so far it's been the shot put. I think I'll eventually throw 1650, 16 and a half meters, and then last year my best was 1480, and the year before that was only 1530. So I think the shot put's where I'll get some of my biggest gains this year.
Okay. Now here's the trick question: what's your favorite food?
I don't know. It's a tie between like pasta, pizza, and like Tex-Mex, like burritos and stuff.
Nice.
And pistachios. I really like pistachio nuts.
Nuts.
Those are good.
Yeah. Do you watch TV?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. Any favorite shows?
I really liked The Office.
Yeah.
That's about to go off the air. I like 30 Rock. There's an HBO series called Band of Brothers that I'm watching right now. I'm really into it right now. And The Biggest Loser is one of my favorite shows. Yeah, I really like The Biggest Loser.
Are there any like U.S. athletic or government entities involved in your career? How do they play a part in your?
Well, USA Track and Field, they host all the major championships and stuff, and have the team selection process for Worlds and the Olympics. And then they'll provide, if you're ranked top 10 in the world or top 10 in the U.S., there's different levels of grants that you can receive from USA Track and Field, and same goes with the U.S. Olympic Committee.
Yeah.
at about the same capacity if you're ranked high enough in the world and you qualify for grants and coaching stipends and things like that. But it's a minimal thing compared to like a Nike sponsorship or anything.
Does the Track and Field Association do any kind of camps or anything to gather everybody together for workouts or training together?
They used to. When I was a freshman and a sophomore in college, they did them, and haven't done them since really. Where all the decathletes would get together for a week and you'd have like a session in the morning to train, and then there'd be lunch and kind of a speaker, and then a study session, and then afternoon you'd have afternoon training, and then in the evening there'd be another speaker or something like that. But not since. I mean, there hasn't been a camp since 2005. I don't think.
Yeah, but you would like to see that though.
I think so. Yeah, I think it would be good. I was thinking about that the other day. How it would be nice to get the higher up guy. Like when I was younger, it was Tom Pappas was there, Brian Clay was there, Paul Tarek, and they had just all come back from the Olympics, and it was like, wow, this is pretty neat.
Feeds off itself.
Exactly, and then younger kids can see that and just sit next to them, talk to them, ask them questions and stuff, and learn something from them.
How do you prepare for a big meet like Worlds or Olympics? Are there special things, just the most important things that you think of?
I think the most important thing is being healthy and putting your health first. Not thinking that you need like an extra training session or an extra running session to get ready. You're better off being rested and healthy, and not being completely fit than being overworked and tired and losing your legs and being fit.
Very good advice.
So health is the most important thing.
That's very good advice. Any special tricks you use between events or between day 1 and day 2, food or rest or anything?
Yeah, I think food, just keeping intake. Yeah. Like it's just like a car, Yeah. Your gas tank can only get so full, so you don't try to overeat or like load up, but always constantly be putting gas in the tank, so you're never on empty. Because when you're on empty, then your body can't recover. And if your body can't recover, you're going to be in a horrible position from then on out. You're just going to be constantly in debt. So I try to stay on top of that.
Right.
Just tons of water and food throughout the day.
Yeah. And how much rest do you take after a big decathlon?
This was my second day back, so we did a couple things, like went on a couple jogs, but it's almost do nothing for like 4 or 5 days, let everything kind of mend itself, get your body to kind of shut down the inflammatory response, and then slowly ease back into it.
Yep. So granted that elite athletes have like great physical attributes, that's uncommon. That's uncommon. What else is the difference that makes a champion out of, apart from just physical abilities?
I think just circumstances. I think, I was blessed enough to go to the right school out of high school. I was fortunate enough to go to the right high school that even had pole vault and pole vault equipment and stuff, because that's what I did in high school. I was just a pole vaulter. And then the coaches that were there, that were put in place, wanted me to do the decathlon, and so that got me to where I am here today. And my former coach and the coach I have now were college roommates, or college teammates, so they knew each other, and the coaching styles are very similar, so that was another thing. It's just, I think there's very little that separates elite from non-elite. It's just the circumstances that you're given and the opportunities that you take. I saw an opportunity to come to the University of Texas when I was a sophomore in college, and I took it. And had I stayed at Mississippi State, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have had the success that I've had. So I think it's just these like little decisions and the circumstances that you choose to put yourself in.
Very interesting. So you study the history of track, your event, or do you read up? Do you look? You do research?
Everything before like '92 is pretty fuzzy for me.
Yeah.
But I try to know the names and the scores and where they're from, kind of thing.
Okay. Will somebody ever score over 10,000?
10,000? No.
Never.
Never.
Okay.
Absolutely not. There's no way. I don't think that a human could be put in that, unless some radical new techniques come out and how to throw the disc or the jab or
they have to change the scoring table or something.
Yeah, they have to change the scoring table for 10,000 points.
All right, very good. Well, thank you very much, Trey Hardee. It's a real pleasure to have this opportunity to talk to you and get that advice and insight into your training and
No, thanks for coming out.
yeah, all from here.
Like, out from here.
That's right.
Midlothian. Avion Stewart of Long Morris running lane 3, fourth in the region 2-4A 110 hurdles for Dallas Ryan Adams. Laquan Robinson of Minnesota State at Moorhead, who's running in lane 4. He is the Northern Sun Conference 110 high hurdle champion. Running in lane 5, the junior college champion from last year from Martin County, Alik Harris. Running in lane 6, Andrew McDowell, the former
wins it at 13:60. Hardee second at 13:61.
Out from here.
Yeah.